Yo, what's good? This your boy JT, opposite from the norm. Before I get started, make sure you share, like, comment, and definitely make sure you subscribe. All right, so earlier my boy low key had spoke on the 5150 show and what he didn't like about it, and then he said what they was talking about with the Breonna Taylor case. Rest in peace to that sister. I respect people's opinions. I disagree. You know what I'm saying? But when he said niggas who taking up for this stupid, dumb, whatever, I'm like, all right, well, brother, you calling me stupid because I'm definitely taking up for this sister. Believe that. So I'm gonna respond in my video. I tried to ask my brother, yo, what up? Let's debate on this. He said he didn't want to do it. All right, all good. I'm gonna respect his opinion on it. Since he didn't want to do it, I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying, express my opinion on the situation. And what I'm gonna do, as y'all can see on here, fact check, debunking 8 rumors in the Breonna Taylor case. This is for all the other people who have not been educating themselves on this case, who have not been looking up anything and just going off what people said versus doing your own fact checking instead of just listening to what people said. So I'm going to read over some of this stuff. They're going to say in this whole article, which comes by USA Today, and you can also look on the Courier Journal. They also breaking down the case as well. So I'm going to read stuff they say, and I might input certain things that people keep rumoring saying along with what they're saying because I'm hearing different things. So like I said, I'm going to speak my piece on it. God willing, after that I do that, I'm not going to speak on it no more unless I say rest in peace to that sister or something, or something comes out with the verdict of the puss ass crackers who racist crackers who killed this sister. Me and my partner, like we said, we're not gonna really just speak on it no more. Everybody had their opinion till we see what else further happens, and whether it's another trial or whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? We'll speak on it later. Then I'm gonna speak a little bit more after I finished it. So let's go ahead and run through it. All right. The claim: the truth about Breonna Taylor's background and alleged ties to drug trafficking have not been reported. Okay. Several social media posts have posted the truth about Breonna Taylor, who was shot during a police raid on her Louisville apartment in March. A meme posted June 25th on Brandon Tatum's puss-ass nigga at the Officer Tatum Instagram was widely shared across social media after the Kentucky Attorney General's office on Wednesday announced it would bring charges against one of 3 officers involved in Taylor's death, but not for charges directly related to killing her. The meme, which has over 69,000 likes, was reported on Facebook by a conservative Hangout More Pussy Motherfuckers, where it has more than 3,500 shares, and Peggy Hubbard, who has 23,000 shares, among others. Fuck her too. USA Today has reached out to Tatum for comment. That meme, along with other similar social media posts, lay out several assertions about Taylor and her background. All right. Well, we'll assess the truth and truth told in each claim. She wasn't an EMT. She was terminated in 2017. Taylor was a 26-year-old emergency room technician at 2 local hospitals. She joined the city as an EMT recruit in January 2016, became a full EMT by June, and left the Louisville Metro government in November 2016. According to Wave 3 News, city documents show that Taylor had called in November and reassigned. A termination form also has a box check stating "Do not hire," but it does not state a reason why that box was checked. Wave reported. They're going off the claim. The state leisure licensure agency said Taylor's EMT license was never suspended, and there is no disciplinary action in her file. Local attorneys for Taylor's family have clarified that she was working as an ER technician at 2 area local hospitals at the time of her March 13th death, with aspirations of becoming a nurse. According to the Louisville Courier Journal, ruling, partly false. It is false that she was fired while her EMT license was current. It is true that she wasn't an EMT at the time of her death. Okay. Claims she was knee deep in criminal and drug dealing activities with her ex-boyfriend. Taylor, who has no drug offenses on her record, shared her apartment with her younger sister Janiyah Palmer. Neither Taylor nor Palmer has any history of drug offenses. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, did not live in the apartment according to the address listed on his arrest citation. He also has no history of drug offenses, and Walker was not named in the search warrant. The search warrant for Taylor's home includes her street address, apartment number, and photos of her apartment door, which police later broke using a battering ram. In addition to listing Taylor's name, birthday, and social security number, the warrant include the names of the narcotics investigation's main targets: Jamarcus Glover, Taylor's ex-boyfriend, and Adrian Walker. Kenneth Walker and Adrian Walker are not related. In January, Glover, who had past drug trafficking convictions in Mississippi, was among 3 men charged with trafficking and weapons offenses after police received a tip from a confidential informant that they were hiding drugs and firearms in abandoned homes adjacent to a trap house they allegedly operated at an Elliott Avenue address in Louisville. Police seized 5 handguns and 3 rifles, according to evidence filed in the case. And this is her ex-boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover, on this picture. All right. Glover, who was out on bail from earlier charges, was arrested at the house in a simultaneous raid the night of the Taylor killing on March 13. According to Sam Aguirre, an attorney for Taylor's estate, Glover had... Y'all excuse me, I gotta light my shit. All right. Glover and Taylor had dated 2 years earlier and maintained a passive relationship, which basically means in passing. So if you see somebody out, y'all just speak. Basically, just passive, like passive aggressive. Just if you see somebody out, you speak, y'all cool. All right. Records and recorded jail calls since January show they had remained in contact. Glover said in a March 13 call, however, that he didn't have nothing going on with Bree no more. In an email to the Courier-Journal, Aguirre apologized to the public and to Breonna Taylor's family for mischaracterizing the relationship, saying it was based on an erroneous conclusion he drew without the benefit of the jail recording. No jail recording that he even listened to. This is all hearsay, basically, until the police show or leak the actual audio. According to the affidavit, Louisville Metro Police Detective Joshua James wrote for the search warrant. Glover used Taylor's apartment and his home address. James also wrote that he verified through a U.S. postal inspector that Glover has been receiving packages at Taylor's apartment. The Courier-Journal reported May 12th that a sworn affidavit from James said Glover was seen walking into Taylor's apartment one January afternoon and left with a suspected USPS package in his right hand, then drove to a known drug house on Muhammad Ali Boulevard. But Louisville's U.S. Postal Inspector Tony Gooden told WDRB News and made that a different agency, which he did not identify, had asked in January to look into whether Taylor's home was receiving suspicious mail. The office had concluded that it wasn't, Gooden said. Glover has since told the Courier-Journal and U.S. Today that Taylor had no involvement in drug trafficking. Glover said he only had clothes and shoes sent to Taylor's apartment because he was afraid they would be stolen if they were left at his home. The police report reviewed by the Courier-Journal goes beyond the information in the affidavit, detailing evidence into police surveillance of Taylor and Glover, as well as the recorded phone conversations from the jail involving Glover and Taylor. The Courier-Journal reviewed the updated report on Taylor compiled by the LMPD's New Place-Based Investigations Unit, which targets violent crime at specific locations as part of its investigation of Glover. The Courier-Journal also reviewed transcripts of jailhouse calls Glover and other defendants made from Metro Corrections. Glover made a call from jail about 12 hours after he was arrested March 13 at 2424 Elliott Avenue. The same day Taylor was shot and killed by police executing a search warrant at her apartment signed by Jefferson Circuit Judge Mary Shaw. Our ruling? False. While Taylor and Glover had a passive relationship, she was not knee-deep in drug dealing with him. Claim she was on a jailhouse recordings running drugs for her ex-boyfriend. On January 3rd, following Glover's arrest on trafficking and weapons charges, He called Taylor from jail and asked her to contact one of his co-defendants to get bail money. Taylor responded, according to recordings reviewed by the Courier-Journal, that the associate was already at the trap, slang for a house used for drug trafficking. Glover told her to be on standby to pick him up if he made bail. I'm going to get me some rest in your bed, he said, according to the recording. Love you, he said at the end of the call. Love you too, she replied. Video. Kentucky grand jury indicts one officer in Breonna Taylor case, but not for her death. The Courier-Journal has corroborated that on December 30th, 2019, 5 days before her recorded jail conversation with Glover, Taylor posted a $2,500 bond for another man charged in the same case, 34-year-old Darrell Forrest. His attorney, Casey McCall, did not immediately respond to a question about how his client knew Taylor. Police had seized 5 handguns and 3 rifles, according to evidence filed in the case. The jail recordings the Courier-Journal review show that on March 13, Glover, while trying to round up cash to make bail on a new set of trafficking charges, called a girlfriend and told her Taylor had his money. She had the $8,000 I gave her the other day, and she picked up another 6, Glover said. Did she tell you where it was? The caller asked him. She didn't have the chance to tell me nothing, he replied. She did. When the caller asked Glover why he had left the money with Taylor, he said, don't take it wrong, but Bree been handling all my money. She has been handling shit for me, and it ain't just me. But in a different recorded phone call from the jail on March 13th, Demarius Bowman, who was arrested with Glover, told his sister that another woman, Alicia Keisha Jones, 24, had been giving the group's money. We put all the money on Keisha, said Bowman, also 24. We dumped everything on her. Jones was holding $3,413 in cash when she was arrested earlier following the search at a suspected drug house on Elliott Avenue, according to police records. Jones, Glover, and Bowman, along with 3 other defendants, Rayshawn Lee, 33, Anthony J. Taylor II, 31, and Adrian Walker, 28, are charged with complicity in trafficking in a controlled substance and running an organized crime syndicate. They have all pleaded not guilty. All right, let me take a puff of my cigarette first. Hold on, got to light this bit. Let me light this bit. Hold on, y'all, hold on. Video. Breonna Taylor's mom says the system as a whole has failed her. As mentioned in the claim above, Glover has since told the Courier-Journal and USA Today that Taylor had no involvement in drug trafficking. Records previously examined by the Courier-Journal show no money or drugs were found in the search of Taylor's apartment after her death. And nothing in the recordings or other evidence recently obtained by the Courier-Journal substantiates Glover's claim that Taylor was handling money from him. Let's go back to that again. As mentioned in the claim above, Glover has since told the Courier-Journal and USA Today that Taylor had no involvement in drug trafficking. Records previously examined by the Courier-Journal show no money or drugs were found in the search of Taylor's apartment after her death. And nothing in the recordings or other evidence recently obtained by the Courier-Journal substantiates Glover's claim that Taylor was handling money for him. Our ruling. False. Nothing in recordings from jail indicates Taylor was running drugs for Glover. Claim. Taylor was under surveillance for months running drugs. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to puff on this poke. All right. Taylor was under surveillance for months running drugs. Records obtained by the Courier-Journal showed the search warrant signed by a judge 1 day before Taylor's death includes Taylor's address based on LMPD's belief that Glover, one of the main narcotics investigation suspects, used her home to receive mail, keep drugs, or stash money earned from the sale of drugs. The undated LMPD report examined by the Courier-Journal includes the results of a tracking device placed on Glover's Dodge Charger that shows it was driven to Taylor's apartment 6 times in January. The report includes photographs of Glover entering and exiting Taylor's building. In the application for the search warrant of Taylor's apartment, police say they suspected drugs and money were being held at the residence. Video. Biden pleads for no violence as protests continue after Breonna Taylor decision. In an interview with the Courier Journal and USA Today, Glover noted that the LMPD had a surveillance camera outside of 2424 Elliott Avenue. So he said police could see that Taylor wasn't doing anything illegal when she came over. We are literally standing outside, Glover said in the interview. They had their camera. They seen everything. No illegal activity. A hug is not illegal. She's not bringing me no boxes. She's not bringing nothing. Our ruling, false. The report notes that the Taylor's house was under surveillance, but does not find Taylor was running drugs. Claim, Taylor was on the warrant, as was her car and her apartment. The search warrant for Taylor's home includes her street address, apartment number, photos of apartment door, which police later broke using a battering ram, and her car. Taylor's name, birthday, and social security number are listed on the warrant alongside the names of the narcotics investigation's main targets: Jamarcus Glover, her ex-boyfriend, and Adrian Walker, his friend and co-defendant. Adrian Walker and Kenneth Walker, who was in the apartment at the time of the fatal shooting, are not related. Kenneth Walker is Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. Taylor's car was listed in the warrant, but it was her former car, a white Chevy Impala, not her new black Dodge Charger, indicating that the surveillance was outdated. Claim, the officers did in fact knock and announce despite obtaining a no-knock exception on the warrant. Claim, that's a claim now. This is what we're hearing. Court records show that Louisville police obtained a warrant with a no-knock provision for Taylor's apartment approved by Jefferson Circuit Judge Mary Shaw. The police and prosecutors have said that the officers knocked and announced themselves before breaking down the door. Authorities said that at least one person other than police confirmed that officers announced their presence before going in. But in interviews with several of Taylor's neighbors, the New York Times found only one who reported hearing police announce themselves, and he only heard them say it once, the newspaper reported. The Times and lawyers for Taylor's family talked to as many as 11 other neighbors who said they didn't hear police identify themselves. Our ruling inconclusive. There are conflicting reports among authorities, lawyers, and media over whether police announced themselves. Claim, Breonna's boyfriend fired at officers, striking the officer. Officers fired back, and Breonna took the shots. She was not sleeping in her bed. Commonwealth's attorney, Tom Wine, played partial recordings of police interviews with Walker, Taylor's boyfriend, during a May 22nd news conference in which Walker told police that he and Taylor were watching a movie in bed. It was watching them more than they were watching it. He said when they heard a loud bang at the door, scaring the both of them. Walker said he initially thought it might have been Taylor's former boyfriend, but that there was no response when Taylor twice called out, "Who is it?" Then Walker said he grabbed his Glock handgun. It was registered to Walker, saying he was scared to death. More, Louisville cop injured in Breonna Taylor shooting threatens lawsuits over being called murderer. Taylor yelled again at the top of her lungs, asking who it was. Walker said in the recording, he said he was asking too. They got out of bed and were going toward the door when it comes off its hinges. Walker fired one shot, unable to see who he was shooting at, he told police, according to his arrest citation. Police fired in response, striking Taylor 6 times, according to an autopsy report. She died in the hallway of her apartment, the report states. Our ruling, true. Overall ruling, partly false. The 7 claims made in one viral meme are a mix of true, false, and inconclusive based on our research. Overall, we rate this claim as partly false. Okay, so you can go look all this stuff up. The post and Facebook post comes from the fuck nigga Brandon Tatum, and then you can go look at what the mayor said, the journal. All this is on usatoday.com. And matter of fact, I'm gonna share this on the in the description link for y'all if y'all want to go look at this for yourself. All right, so once again, like I said, I read all of this stuff with the fact checking, with everybody doing their reports and all of that. This is my whole thing with the whole case, all right? The police fucked up. Point blank, period. This is what people like me, my partner HD, are talking about. The police fucked up. And the problem we have is people keep bringing up all these old things that they're talking about When all actuality, hold on. Matter of fact, it was something else I want to. Let me share this with y'all before I finish. Hold on, y'all give me a second. All right. So this is one of the things that everybody keeps bringing up. Real quick before I say what I gotta say. Before Taylor's death, 2016, Breonna Taylor's rental car findings unveiled bags of meth, marijuana, heroin, and 9mm gun. All right. Hold on, y'all give me a second. Breonna Taylor rented a car in 2016 that was used by her then boyfriend Jamarcus Glover. In December 2016, Fernandez Bowman was found dead in the car. Taylor, 26, was shot dead inside. Now, mind y'all, Bowman, they said Bowman, right? Hold on, let me show y'all something real quick before I finish reading that. Hold on, give me a second. Let me go back to something real quick. I want y'all to keep this in mind. Hold on, y'all bear with me a second. Y'all bear with me 1 second. I know it's here somewhere. I had just not too long ago was reading, because I want y'all to pay attention to something as I read this, and because I want y'all to think about something. Boom, right here. Okay. Jones, Glover, and Bowman, along with 3 other defendants. I want y'all to pay attention to that last name, Bowman. I want y'all to pay attention. The one that they're talking about, one of his co-defendants. That's one of the people that got arrested with the other his Cody's, Bowman. Remember that name as I read this, okay, y'all? Remember that name. Breonna Taylor rented a car in 2016 that was used by her then boyfriend Jamarcus Glover. In December 2016, Fernandez Bowman was found dead in the car. Taylor, 26, was shot dead inside of her home by Louisville Metro Police Department officers Jonathan Mattingly, pussy, Brett Hankerson, pussy, and Miles Cosgrave, pussy, on March 13, 2020, while they executed a search warrant. In September 2020, a grand jury failed to indict the 3 officers for their role in Breonna Taylor's death. An August 2020 feature on Taylor's life in the New York Times explained that Taylor began dating Glover in 2016. In December of that year, Glover asked her to rent a car for him to use. That month, a man named Fernandez Bowman, a.k.a. Rambo, was found dead inside of the car. He was found dead in the car. She didn't drive the bitch to her job. For all them people that keep saying that stupid shit, it wasn't at her job. He was found dead. He had been shot 8 times. Glover told investigators, Jamarcus Glover, her ex-boyfriend, told investigators that he gave Bowman the keys because Bowman needed to run an errand. Also found in the car were 3 baggies of an illegal substance. WLKY reported in 2017 that the baggies contained marijuana, pills, meth, and heroin as a 9mm gun. The Time article reads, investigators noted that they believe Miss Taylor had no knowledge of the killing. The piece goes on to say that during the investigation, Taylor was asked by the detective if she was involved in drug deals, an allegation that Taylor denied. Taylor also denied knowing Fernandez Brown, reported to the WKYT in August of 2020. All right, read this headline. Quentin Hall was arrested in relation to the shooting of Fernandez Bowman. In February 2017, Quentin Hall was arrested by the Louisville Metro Police Department in relation to the shooting death of Bowman. Hall has a lengthy criminal record that included drug and weapons charges. While in prison in relation to the Bowman killing, Hall was indicted in the 2004 murder of Troy Todd. Bowman was the brother of DeMarcus Bowman, an associate of Jamarcus Glover. All right, so DeMarcus Bowman was arrested alongside of Jamarcus Glover. So ask yourself this. If he had something to do with that person getting killed in that rental car that Breonna Taylor got with him, do you think that his brother, the brother that got killed, do you think that his brother would have still been involved or friends with Jamarcus Glover? This is another thing. That was another lie. People keep saying she drove a dead body to her job and didn't know a dead body was in the car, or she knew the dead body was in the car. That's bullshit. That's false. It's not true. The car did not get found, or she was not driving the car to her job with a dead body, and the car got found, the guy got killed, and they arrested the dude that killed this brother. They arrested the dude that killed him. She had nothing to do with it, and even Jamarcus Glover had nothing to do with that. He has weapon and gun charges, but they never said anything about him having previous murder charges. But the guy they arrested had one in 2004. There you go. So, once again, like I said, going back to what I'm talking about, the problem is every time, and I don't care what nobody says, every time y'all niggas, coons, crackers, or whoever, say something about her past or her past relationship with Jamarcus Glover, you're not thinking about the fact you're letting the police off the hook for fucking up. As you look through all the situations, she has no prior convictions for drug trafficking, handling money. They saying that he said, oh, he left money. He left money with Breonna all the time. But when they bust in the house, they found no money, they found no drugs in her apartment or her car. Then they said that they have one neighbor who said they heard the police say that they was the police, and then everybody else went in and talked to at least 11 neighbors right around her apartment door. Nobody heard none of that. Nobody heard none of that. Okay? And my whole thing is this. The police have been lying the whole time. When they put out the incident report of what happened that night that she got killed, they said there was no injuries. That's something y'all can look up as well. Look that up too. I'm not going to just tell y'all something. You see, I just showed you all this shit on 2 different websites. I just showed you all this shit. Y'all can look this up too. Look up the incident report. They said there was no injuries. No injuries. But she's dead. They lied right then. Then you got also, I want y'all to also look this up. I think it's on CBS News. Y'all can go to YouTube and look through YouTube and look it up. One of the police officers said they announced themselves after the first bang. That means they beat on the door before they said anything. So now we're going to believe that they announced themselves before they went in. You have 11 testimonies that they did not announce themselves. 11 that did not hear that the police said anything. Then her current boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, said they heard the door come off the hinges when they were saying, who is it? The officer said they announced themselves after the first bang. So that means they banged on the door before they said anything. And I can conclude that that's true because that is what the police do. They bam on the door, and then when they get the door open, then they'll say police. But if you bam on somebody's door, because this is the thing, they might bam on it 2 or 3 times. If it come off that ledge them 2 or 3 times before they say police, they fucked up. And they came in plain clothes. All right, now, so he said he was afraid that it might have been her ex-boyfriend coming to the door or whatever, but he didn't say trying to break in the door. He just said knocking on the door. Okay? So these are all the things that we need to break down to really see what's going on. But the problem is the police fucked up. That's all what we're saying. And you got to think about it. If say they caught her with drugs and money, right? I wouldn't say nothing. And everybody who really, really listens to my show, they know, you should already know what I'm saying is factual. You can go back through all my shows. I'm going to call a bitch out. You see how I'm calling Megan Thee Stallion the fuck out. Every twist and turn. You see how I'm calling her ass out. But you also see me calling out good sisters. I always said, I had respect for Tamika Mallory. I always called out Asada Shakur, Angela Davis. You know what I'm saying? Ida B. Wells. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling out sister. I give love and respect to my moms and my sister. I'm always calling out good sisters. But my whole thing is, if the police really had no justification in what they did, they just suspected. And coming from where I'm from, I've seen police do raids all the time, and they break the law that they're supposed to carry. If you had a no-knock warrant, and you said you not, but then, you announce yourself, even though you had a no-knock warrant, you already lying right there. If you didn't have to announce yourself, why would you announce yourself? And then neighbors saying that they heard nobody saying nothing about police. They just heard the bam go through the door and the shooting. The police lied. They fucked up. And this is what you got to realize. And this is what niggas really got to think. For all of us Negroes, male or female, if you have something you've done in your past, you cannot sit there and tell me that if you're no longer dealing with a certain person, let's say dealing with the people, we all dealt with somebody, whether it's family, friends, whatever, that may have been doing dirt. We all have. Some situations you can't always help. Just like, think about when you go to family gatherings and then you got them family members who are criminals and all of that. So you telling me if a family member comes to a family reunion doing what they do, let's say they don't bring none of that shit to the family reunion, but the police come now and shoot the whole fucking family reunion, you gonna sit there and tell me, oh, well, they shouldn't have had him around? No, don't give me that bullshit. Do not give me that bullshit, because there's a lot of you motherfuckers know that you would not stay away from your family and friends like that if you was doing some dirt. You just being around your family and friends and just showing love to them. People got to start thinking about this whole thing. As a matter of fact, look at this whole pandemic that's going on. Think about how many of you motherfuckers, or how many motherfuckers out there who know they got vulnerable family members and friends around them, and they still go out and do whatever. Whether you believe the pandemic is real or not, that's fine. That's your opinion. But I'm just asking this question. How many of you still go around your family members who are vulnerable, that God forbid, if this is some real shit, they catch it, they die? I got homeboys like brothers to me who have lost family members. I can't tell them, oh, that shit is fake. And when I have no proof, none whatsoever. But how many of you still go around your family members and friends and you may not even know what kind of medical conditions they are? How many of you still go around doing whatever you want to do around them? You bring that to their doorstep, so you just as guilty as what you talking about with Breonna Taylor then. This is the stuff people are not thinking about, and it drives me insane, because people keep saying this stupid shit like, oh, she got what she deserved. That's what you're saying. Anybody who feels like that's bringing up old shit to her future, that's what you're saying. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, nobody, I ain't saying she didn't deserve. That's what you're saying. Anytime you say that shit, that is what you're saying. You're saying that this young lady deserved to die because of the shit her nigga was doing. That's what you're saying. And everybody like, oh, no, she was drug trafficking. There's no evidence whatsoever. The only evidence that we see is her boyfriend was doing shit with his homeboys, and the police fucked up, and they trying to cover their trail. That's the only evidence we see. This young lady has no record of none of this shit. None of it. This was all the stupid shit her ex-boyfriend was doing. That might be why they even broke up and she moved on with her life. I got exes that I speak to in passing. But if they do something wrong, God forbid, that don't mean something should happen to me. And like I said, there is no evidence that shows that. And all the evidence that they presented is showing that it's a fucking lie. All of the evidence is showing that they fucking lied. The only thing you can go off in a court of law, or you supposed to, is facts. Not opinion and feelings. Facts. If you sit there and tell me she has no record of none of this, no police record charges of none of these things, they found none of this shit on her at all. None of this shit. They found none of this shit on them. And let's keep it real. How many times, and y'all know this, how many cats y'all know that probably get their mama and daddy to rent them a car and go out and do some dirt? Let's keep that real. How many times have we seen that? Somebody rent a car for somebody. So that's their fault? No, what their fault is whatever happens to that car if they ain't got insurance. That's their fault? So you gonna sit there and try to fucking tell me that just because of what he was doing, she deserved to die? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just stick to the facts. And that one nigga that said something on low-key page, bruh, like I said, I'm sticking to the facts, my nigga. You don't know me, bruh. Goofy ain't nothing goofy over here, my nigga. Period. Ain't none of that shit over here, bruh. There's a man over here talking, my nigga. This is what I do. I've actually done this shit. I stand up for my people, and I'm there for my people. Plenty of instances that I can name of standing up for my people and really being there for my people. My question is, y'all, when do you stand up and be there for your people? When do you? The problem I have with this is they are easily dividing us. It's not everybody. It's not the people that's trying to stand up for right. It's the people that's doing wrong. And then the people that's listening to them and not getting it. This is what you're not getting. If something happens like that, we hold the police force accountable. If they fucked up. Because this is what y'all Negroes is not realizing. If this happened to a white family, especially if they had money and rank, I guarantee you them police will be in prison right now. How many times have you seen in the news the police fucked up with white people and they went to jail? How many times you seen in the news if the police did something wrong to somebody who was high ranking, they got fired? These are the things that you need to realize as black people why we can't stand together, because we try to be so smart till we fucking dumb. You have to think. You have to fucking think. The police was in the wrong. Just like the George Floyd situation, the police was in the wrong. They can make up all kinds of excuses. Oh, he was on drugs already. So just because a 200-some 6'4" tall white person put their knee on his neck don't mean that's what killed him. The fuck is you talking about? And then all of us niggas go around being stupid. I don't even think George Floyd dead. Fuck whether he dead. Was the cracker wrong or not that put his knee on his neck? Yes. Let's hold the police accountable. That's what we talking about. There should be no division on this whatsoever. Everything you're seeing is the police fucked up. I wouldn't give a fuck if Breonna did sell dope with Jamarcus Glover, which that is inconclusive, because, no, not even inconclusive. It's false. There's no evidence. There's no police record. There was no evidence found on her premises or in her vehicle, ever. So that means them racist ass crackers and pigs fucked up. They fucked up. Point blank period. And I've seen it all my life. Police fucking up and doing shit wrong because they think they can get away with it when it comes to black people. This is what y'all got to realize. We're not talking about Breonna Taylor was some perfect angel. Nobody never said that. We're talking about the police fucked up, and this is what they do to our people all the fucking time. The police was made on the backs of our people, our ancestors. Slave patrol. Y'all seen we did a show about this the other night. The police was created on the backs of our ancestors. And this shit is still going on. And we so fucking stupid that we don't know how to stick together and come against that shit. You know what they say about being a gangster? You ride with your people when it's going on, and then you later on tell them where they was wrong at. But if something going on now, you be there for your people, and you let them know, hey, in privacy, hey, you know, that was wrong, that was fucked up. But I got you. If it's right. Because I ain't gonna say it true just like that, leave it at that, because nowadays there ain't no need to be no gangster shit. It's stupid and a waste of your life and time. But we're saying, just because she dealt with somebody who did wrong does not mean she deserved to die behind that. And that's why I said, me and my partner, we're gonna stop speaking on this shit to niggas who want to side with the police, because that's all you motherfuckers is doing. You're siding with the police, period. I got love for my nigga low-key, but I'm just expressing myself in my opinion. I disagree with you wholeheartedly, my brother. I'm just expressing my opinion. I'm not going to talk about it with you on Straight to It podcast, on this show, no more. I'm done with it. You have your opinion, I got my opinion. This is where we agree to disagree. But like I said, everybody who's saying that, you're siding with the police. Because everybody keep trying to say that she was doing this and she was doing that, but there's no evidence that she had anything to do with his drug trafficking or any of that. No evidence. Let's just stick to the facts. And the fact of the matter is the police keep changing they shit all the time. And I pray for myself and all of everybody, because everybody who's passing judgment and taking up for the police, I pray to God that you don't have any situations like this, or for you or any of your family members and friends and loved ones and people around you, because I guarantee you will have to look back at this shit and be like, that's fucked up, because I done dealt with the police on some bullshit for shit I did not do. Having a gun pulled on me for a crime I did not commit. I'm 15, 16 years old. Pussy ass police officer run up on me, say he looking for such and such. I'm like, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm 15, 16 years old. Dude he looking for was 27 years old. and didn't even have on the same clothes. We had on different clothes. He a grown man, I'm a fucking teenager. At leaving the payphone talking to my girlfriend. He pulled a scrap on me. Now, if I was somebody who just robbed somebody with a gun and he ran up, do you think I would have stood there and talked to him? I would have either shot at him or ran. But if I would have got shot and killed, what y'all would have said? He shouldn't have been at the payphone. He should have been home using the telephone. He shouldn't have been staying in that neighborhood. This is the type of stuff they say about black people. Because if you notice, all these niggas, these coon-ass niggas that's talking all this shit, they always try to find some kind of excuse to say why a brother or sister should have got killed. And then try to say, I'm not saying that. No, you are. And this is what they do to us black people. I'm telling you, y'all niggas better wake the fuck up, man. I'm telling you, this shit is at your motherfucking front door. Point blank, period. If I have no police record, and I have gone through a number of these things with these racist ass crackers, what do you think that means? Nobody's perfect. Everybody's mild citizen, mildly mannered. Nobody's perfect. But I have no record. But just because I have known cats in the past or family members that have done dirt, and I've done dirt in my past. If God forbid something happened to me, that's what they're going to go off of? Y'all niggas better wake up, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Stop trying to be so smart till you look dumb and open your ears and fucking listen and start reading and open your eyes and start researching shit. The police fucked up in this situation with another black person like they always fucking do. And what's so sad, you niggas is talking about they're trying to divide us. They already divided us and you don't even see what side you stand on. You don't even see it. You so blind, you don't even see you standing on the side with them. And you don't even see it. And to my brother low-key, if a nigga tell you you sound conservative and like a Republican, that should give you a sign to be careful about certain things you say. I ain't telling you not to speak your mind, your opinion. I always respect your mind and your opinion, my brother. I always do. But I'm just telling you, you might want to check yourself if niggas keep telling you that shit, that you sound conservative. Because every time I speak, people be, oh, you on some Democrat shit. Which is fine with me. I don't care. Because I know I'm not. Just like I know my brother low-key is not no fucking Republican. I know that. But you might want to think about certain things you say. That's all I'm going to say. That's just my opinion. But for my people out there, pay attention, man. Really, really stay woke and be about your people first and foremost. If you just about yourself, cool. Shut the fuck up and go and be about yourself. But stop coming against people that's trying to stand up for their people. This is what I've been doing. I know how to do my research and my due diligence and checking and fact checking and seeing what's going on. Like I said, if it would have been a situation where Breonna Taylor got arrested, so would have got caught with drugs, money or whatever, then there's nothing I can say because I'm not going to be able to do that. The only thing I could say in that instance, like I always say, like with the Snitch 9 situation, what I said, this is a prime example to the youth not to even get involved because everybody is not built for this shit. And not only that, this shit is over with. That street life shit is over with. It's over with. I said that plenty of times. That street life shit ain't where it's at. And if Breonna Taylor would have actually been caught with drugs, had a case for this, had priors and all of that, my only thing would have been, sisters, this is why you don't need to deal with niggas like that. If it would have happened while they was in relationship, that's what I would have said. But it didn't happen while they were still together. They was no longer together no more. No more. In passive, speaking to somebody ain't shit. That's your boy JT, opposite from norm. I just had to rant a little bit. Y'all like, share, comment. Make sure you subscribe. But like I said, after this video, like Willie D be saying, no more talk. I'm going to get back at you. Holla.